time the cake arrived, I was already tired. Not from the decorations or the catering or the way the frosting kept softening under the warm lights. I was tired from managing air, anticipating comments before they were spoken, smoothing tones before they sharpened. My husband's family had a way of turning even cheerful rooms into small competitions. My daughter stood near the gift table in a pale blue dress she had chosen herself. It wasn't extravagant, it wasn't trendy. It had tiny stitched flowers along the hem, and she had spun in it in the mirror that morning. Me, if it looked like something that twirls in movies. It twirled. My sister-in-law arrived late, scanning the room the way she always did, assessing. She kissed me, handed over a gift bag, and then looked directly at my daughter. "It's awful," she said lightly, as if commenting on weather. How could she wear such a dress? She never had any taste. Her daughter laughed, not cruelly, just automatically. The way children laugh when they've learned that mockery is social currency. The words landed in the center of the room. Conversations faltered but didn't stop. No one wants to be the first to acknowledge something ugly. I saw it then, my daughter's shoulders pulling inward. A tiny recalibration. She stopped spinning. There is a specific kind of silence I've practiced for years. The kind that keeps gatherings intact. The kind that swallows discomfort so the older generation can continue pretending harmony exists. I almost chose it again. I thought about every previous comment, my cooking too bland, my career too demanding, my parenting too soft. Each time, told myself it wasn't worth the friction. Each time, the cost was small and private. But this wasn't private. And it wasn't about me. Heard my own voice before I fully decided to use it. Can we have a moment of quiet? It wasn't loud. It was clear. Forks paused mid-air. My husband looked at me, startled but not alarmed. His parents froze the way people do when they sense something unscripted is happening. I didn't look at my sister-in-law first. Looked at the room. "I just want to say something quickly," I continued. My hands were steady, which surprised me. "We're here to celebrate a little girl who picked out a dress she loved. If any adult has opinions about her taste, we can keep those to ourselves." The silence deepened, not explosive, just thick. I turned to my sister-in-law then, not hostile, not smiling. "We don't critique children's bodies or choices at their own birthday parties. Not in this house," was the last sentence that did it. In this house, it wasn't shouted, it wasn't dramatic, was territorial in a way I had never allowed myself to be before. My mother-in-law inhaled sharply. Father-in-law's eyes flicked toward the other guests, neighbors, colleagues, a few distant relatives. I saw it register. This was no longer a private family pecking order. This was public. My sister-in-law let out a small laugh, brittle and misplaced. "Please, I was joking." I nodded. "Then let's joke about something else." No one laughed. Her daughter stared at her shoes. For a second, I thought someone might push back, that I'd be accused of overreacting, of being sensitive, that old familiar script. Instead, my father-in-law cleared his throat. "Yes, well, it's a lovely party," he said quickly. No need for misunderstandings. Wasn't an apology. But it was alignment, and it was unmistakable. The cake candles were lit soon after. The moment passed the way storms do when they realize there's nothing left to feed on. My daughter smiled again, carefully at first, then fully. When she spun this time, the hem caught the light and shimmered. The party resumed, but something subtle had shifted. Sister-in-law stayed quieter. Conversations rerouted around her instead of orbiting her. My husband stood closer to me than usual. Not protective, just present, Later, while clearing plates, my mother-in-law approached me. "You could have handled that privately," she said, voice low. I met her gaze. It wasn't said privately. She didn't argue. Was no grand fallout, no dramatic exit, no slammed doors. The gift bags were handed out, guests hugged goodbye, photographs were taken. But the ease with which I had once been corrected, evaluated, diminished, that ease was gone. Understood something new as I washed frosting from serving knives that night. Boundaries don't heal old dynamics. They don't soften people who prefer hierarchy. They simply redraw the map. When I tucked my daughter into bed, she asked, "Auntie, not like my dress." I brushed her hair back. "It doesn't matter who doesn't like it." She considered that. "Did you?" "Loved it," I said. "And you loved it. That's enough." She smiled, satisfied, and closed her eyes. Downstairs, phone buzzed with a message from my sister-in-law. A short one. "You embarrassed me." I stared at it for a long moment before setting the phone face down on the counter. For the first time, the word embarrassed didn't feel like something I needed to fix.